Hello everyone, my name is Eugene First. Welcome to lesson number 4, Coordinate Geometry, Grade 12 Mathematics. This is my cell phone number in case you want to get in touch with me. Alright, in this video we are going to do part D, Roman 1 and 2. We are going to find the midpoint of Km and the vertex of N. Now to find the midpoint, we are already given the coordinates of K and the coordinates of M, so we simply need to substitute this into the midpoint formula. So the midpoint formula says you add the x part together, then you divide by 2, and you add the y parts together, you divide by 2. I hope you know why we are dividing by 2, because we are finding the midpoint. Alright, so without wasting any time, let's substitute. So let's put in the x. So x value, so that's -1 plus +6 divided by 2. The other one will be the same, -1. Eugene, -1 on top, -1 here, -1, then we add +6 as well, divide by 2. Alright, so if we simplify the numerators, I need to copy down everything, even the brackets, yes. If we simplify everything, come on, if we simplify everything, we'll end up with this. Let's see, paste that, come on, we paste that. This will be now 5 on top, because -1 plus 6 will give us a positive. Okay, and also a +5. So you can either leave it like this, or you can go further and say I want to leave them as decimals. Okay, these are improper fractions, so you can go ahead and say I want to leave them as decimals. So this is going to be 2.5, and this is going to be 2.5. So that is the midpoint of line KM. Alright, let's go to part Roman 2. Roman 2 says we want to find the vertex of N. So we need to, if you want to find the vertex of N, we need the equation of Kn, which we have already from C Roman 1, and then an equation of Nm, and then once we have those equations, we just solve them together. I will solve them simultaneously. Alright, let's see. So we're going to do this in steps, 4 or 5 steps. Step number 1, get the equation of Kn from the previous answers. We already have it as 3y. 3y is equal to 4x plus 1. And then step number 2, find the equation of Mn using the gradient of 4y. 4y is equal to 3x minus 1. And the point M, +6 and +6. Wow. Alright, let's see, why are we using this equation to get the gradient? Let's go back to the diagram and see what's going on here. Alright, so we want to find the equation of Nm. Alright, so then it means we must use this equation to get its gradient. Alright, because parallel lines have the same gradients. And if you look at that line, if you look at the equation of that line, the gradient is so clearly that it's going to be 3 divided by 4, because you need to write this equation in standard form. When you write it in standard form, it's going to be y is equal to 3x over 4 minus 1 over 4. So the gradient will be 3 over 4. And then in step number 3, you substitute the gradient, which is 3 over 4, and the coordinates of M to get the C. Let's quickly do just that. So we are going to substitute now the gradient and the coordinates of M, so we can get the C. So this is going to be +6. The M, if you can allow me to insert, not design but insert the equation. I want this. I'll insert 3 over 4, or 3 over 4 Eugene, come down and put a 4 here, and then we put up brackets here, then we throw in +6. Okay, alright, 3 times 6, that's gonna be 18. 18 divided by 4, that's going to give us 9 over 2. Let me say that again. 3 times 6 is going to give us 18, and 18 divided by 4 is going to be 9 over 2. So we have 9 over 2 instead of that mixed fraction. Okay, so this is just simply now 9 over, come on Eugene, 9 over 2, and we should take this 9 over 2 on the other side because 6 and 9 over 2 are fractions. I mean, they are like terms, sorry. Okay, so you can allow me again to copy this so that I take it on the other side. Right, easy now. We are almost there. Okay, so it's going to be minus. I take this whole fraction. I should have cut it, right, because I don't want it there. Then it just should disappear now because I took it on the other side. It was positive, now it's minus. All right, and then here we need to write this as one number or as one fraction. So I'm going to write 6 as 12 over 2. I want to have the same denominators, so I'll write 6 as 12 over 2, so I can have same denominator, same denominators. Once I have the same denominators, I can just work with the numerators. So I'm going to replace this by a fraction. Okay, you can skip some of these steps. Okay, so 12 divided by 2 give us 6. All right, so we haven't done anything. We just made it easier for ourselves. And then 12 minus 9 will give us a 3. So that means we have this as our final step. We are almost there. So I can get rid of this. And then I just say 9. It's going to be 3 because 12 minus 9 is 3. So I can write this as 3 over 2, or I can say 1.5. All right, so that's the C. Once I have the C, I will now substitute everything into the standard equation. So let me work with this. So now substitute. So substitute everything into the standard equation. All right, and if you do that, this is what you're going to have. So it seems like I worked it out already. If you can just push it up. So what we need to do now, you say you have the C. You have the C as 3 over 2, and this is your gradient, 3 over 4 plus 3 over x, 3 over 4x plus 3 over 2. All right, and then you should write it in this form without fractions. So how did we get this? You multiply every term in this equation by 4. All right, so if you multiply y by 4, you get 4y. If you multiply this fraction by 4, you get 3x, and if you multiply 3 over 2 by 4, you get positive 6. All right, so the equation of line MN, which line is that? Line MN or MN or NM is 4y is equal to 3x plus 6. All right, now step number 4, we need to solve 3y is equal to 4x plus 1 and 4y is equal to 3x plus 6. So these two equations, we need to solve them simultaneously so we can get the coordinates of vertex n. All right, so remember that this is an equation for line MN, and this is an equation for line, let's quickly go up, for line KN. So they are all meeting at n. If we solve them at the same time, they'll give us the coordinate of n. Okay, so now these two equations, we need to either eliminate y or x. So I would love to eliminate x, so I'll multiply this by 3 to get 12. I'll multiply this by 4 to get. Now once you multiply the whole equation by a number, then it means the other numbers or the other terms are also affected by that multiplication. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is going to be 9y now, because 3 times 3 is 9y. It's going to be 12, and 1 times 3 is going to give us just a 3. Okay, and then the second equation, this one will also be affected. Everything will change completely because we are multiplying every term by positive 4. It's going to be now 16. It's going to be 12. Not the Eugene. This is 16, right? Yes. And this is going to be 12, and this is going to be 24. Nice. Okay, if I can just set space. Nice. Okay. All right, so what we need to do now, we are supposed to say this: the first equation minus the second equation, so we can eliminate that x term. So that will give us something like this: 9y, just allow me again to do this. So 9y minus 16y will give us minus 7y, and 12x minus 12x will give us 0x, which is 0, and 3 minus 24 will give us negative 21, because it's a big small number minus a big number. Okay, and then we end up with negative 7y. Negative 7y is equal to negative 21. Easy now, negative 21. Okay, and you know that 7 is a factor of 21, so that will give us, we divide both sides by negative 7, and that will leave us with y should be positive 3. A negative number divided by a negative number, you get a positive number. So now we have the y, we just take the y, so we substitute the y and put it in one of these two equations. Let's put it in this one. Looks very simple. Okay, again, Eugene, you copy this. Okay, it doesn't want me to copy, so let me try this one. Okay, so I have no choice but to work with this one. Okay, and then I substitute. So I should now substitute 3 into this. So open the bracket, and then I throw in the 3. So that is going to be, come on, that is going to be 12 and minus 6, so long, so that this 6 can just disappear from the right hand side. And then in our next line, this is what we're going to have. In the next line, we have 6 is equal to 3x, and we know that 3 is a multiple of, 3 is a factor of 6, so that will give us an x of 2. X must be equal to 2, because easy now, Mr. Mangundu. Okay, right, so that's gonna be 2, because 2 times 3 will give you 6. Will give you 6. So the coordinates for vertex n are here. Therefore, the coordinates of vertex n are positive 2 and positive 3. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to share, remember to like, remember to comment, and you are welcome to share any question that you are struggling with, either from the old question papers or from the Y-SQL or from whatever source that you are using, please. So just WhatsApp it to me, and then I'll produce a video so you can watch it over.